What is up, you sexy YouTube mother lovers? That's right, this isn't clickbait. It's time to shoot the AK-50 again. Like I said in the previous video that we did, where I kind of brought you guys up to speed, what happened during our last test fire after we got it to cycle successfully. Just want to keep throwing that out there. And in that video, I also talked about some of the things that we're going to be doing to make sure that this prototype runs a little bit better. And I showed you some of the new parts, and this is one actually on the bolt. This is the V2 AK-50 bolt there. We've added that new cam lug there that I was showing off in the last video, but we haven't welded it on yet, so that's the next step. Welding on the new cam lug, welding on the new cam groove, and hopefully this makes this gun run a little bit better, and if we're lucky, we can get a full 10-round magazine out of this bitch this time. Fingers crossed.
But it's so shiny.
If it blows up.
You should stop talking.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a way to hedge right now, like, whatever. You know what I mean. I don't have to put it out into the fucking universe. All right, so now we have the gun set up again. We've got our trusty little tripwire line here. We're gonna be remotely pulling the trigger. I'm not really worried about it at this point because we've fired it so much before, but it's always good to, you know, at least have the illusion of safety. We're gonna be firing the first round without a magazine for now, just to test with the new cam lug, cam groove, see if we are over-gassed like we think we might be. Also, it's another opportunity just to single out. This is going to be round number 69. Nice.
Nice.
All right, is everybody ready? Loading the gun. God damn it. Loading the gun again. All right, gun is hot. AK-50, test fire number 69. Nice. 3, 2, 1. Well, that seemed to work well. Let's take a look at that cam groove and lug.
Contact isn't great.
Oh. Yeah.
But it didn't crack, so that's something.
Yeah, the welds are still fine.
That's a good start.
Wonder if we had the classic machine shop did things wrong as usual.
Looks like it. The helices are supposed to be perfect matches. Oh shit, look at that.
Yeah, I think it might have yanked the cam groove up.
Yeah, it cracked your lug, or your weld.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. But real quick, before we get into that, a word from our sponsor, Global Ordnance. Global Ordnance, as you might know, is a huge importer that's actually hooking us up with new Bellum 7.62 ammo. Yes, Global Ordnance is officially helping the channel mag dump into trash. So if you want to go check out Global Ordnance, be sure to show them some love, and we appreciate them being a huge supporter of the channel. Well, we're already ahead of where we'd usually be right now, given that the first round actually cycled. I did realize there was a little bit more force. This is an entirely different cam groove, so the tolerances are way different. It was enough to crack the little weld that we put on the bolt carrier, attaching the cam groove in place. Let's crack the weld. So right now, Zach is over there fixing that, and we're gonna put a new longer weld on it. Put a small weld at first because we weren't sure if we were gonna have to take it out, modify it or not, but now that we know it at least works, time to weld the shit out of it and try again. Alrighty, so we skipped over a little bit of procedure, but I fly home tomorrow, so let's see if we can get this bastard to cycle. Without being too dramatic, this one's for all the marbles. Round number 70. Test firing in 3, 2, 1. She's slowing down again. Son of a bitch. The welds look fine. Oh, that was weird. That was on a live round.
Oh shit.
That's never happened before. Looks fine, it's not cracked or anything.
Cam groove welds look okay.
Weld's holding up though.
Nice.
On all sides on the carrier.
Yeah, it's a little
Except there's that one little area there I'm not really sure about.
I think Zach said that, like that and that was already broken.
Okay,
from earlier.
Good. So those are the only things I was really concerned about. The groove itself looks pretty okay, but it doesn't exactly have a high round count.
We're on 4 on this one.
Yeah. So now we're running into the downside of having everything that we've done here be so modular. We're kind of toying with the idea of welding things in place just well enough to hold them, just in case we have to pull them out in the future. And then it turns out that they're going to free themselves randomly during testing. So we secured everything a little bit more with a little bit more welds, checked out what was basically making it run like shit, make sure everything's solid, and now we're going to attempt to do a magazine once again. Fingers crossed. There we go. That could stand to be smoother, but we'll work on that later. AK-50 test fire number 73. Let's give her a go. 3, 2, 1. Come on, baby. God damn it. Oh, God damn it. So the firing pin retainer came out?
Yeah.
Might have been the impact you saw there on the left.
Ooh. I felt like it was multiple impacts. I'm pretty sure it's probably just a brake throwing stuff up, given that this isn't exploded.
Yeah,
so.
that'd be nice. Oh, wait. That's your pin retainer right there.
Chilling in the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, you can stay right there for now. See, it peened a little bit initially. Like there's a little lip there, and I don't think it's gotten any worse.
So now it's actually wearing in. Oh yeah, dude, yeah. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
It's that greater contact area, I guess.
I love our machine shops, man. They're the best.
Third parties, dude.
Pin looks straight and it moves freely, so not the worst casualty.
No, that's an easy fix.
All right.
We're running out of fucking daylight on it.
Well, I mean, the really important stuff is still working,
Yep.
and we didn't break the blowtorch hardened extractor.
Yeah, that's always a plus. That's, you know, hardened to, give or take, hard enough.
Hardened to, hey, the file barely bites it. That'll be good.
Eyeballing the shit out of this. That's how we do. Alrighty, so it's getting dark, but we weren't really ready to give up on this yet. So we fixed all the shit that fucked up before, and we're gonna give this another try again. Also, worth noting, first time firing the AK-50 at night. Sunglasses at night, great idea. Gun is hot. AK-50 test fire round number 78. In 3, 2, 1. That is an impressive muzzle flash.
Firing pin is good. No signs of broken weld.
That's a good sign.
The internal track looks fine. It's not peening or anything.
Yeah, let's look at the cam log. I didn't look at the top. Yeah,
Man, what the fuck?
I don't think it progressed at all.
Let's check the video. What the fuck is this thing doing?
What the feet doing?
Oh, that'll fucking do it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Weld time.
Dude,
It's all the fucking welds, man.
that
that's
was
solder.
solder. That is
Oh.
a ton of solder.
What?
That is crazy.
50 BMG is fucking weird.
It's no joke, that's for sure.
Alrighty, so it is. Well, it's late, and well, our neighbors aren't going to be too happy, but it's for the greater good, I think. Last shot of the day, hell or high water. Well, we'll see what fucking happens, I guess. You guys ready to load? AK-50 test fire, round 83. Please, baby, work for me. 3, 2, 1. God fucking damn it. Trying that again. 84. 3, 2, 1. Alright, she went to battery that time. God, what the? That's too tight too, but the magazine I think is also tight, because remember how hard it was fighting on that 10th round?
Yeah.
I wish we had more time. Cam lug actually looks great.
That might be it.
What's up?
Look at the carrier tail. Can you see that angle? That was flat.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Something is making it kick down like that because it was parallel.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh. I think that's just enough to stop the hammer. Well, it's not going into battery either.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mixture of problems.
I'm thinking that might be a piece of the puzzle.
Well. Yeah, fuck. I don't know.
Okay.
Good talk.
Yeah.
Shit's fucked. Yep. Oh, hey, this pin's coming out too.
What?
Yep.
Are you serious? I freaking welded it.
That would do it. You can see there's 2 impact marks on the face of the chamber where the rounds are, you know, hitting and then going up into the chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like very clearly defined, like bot and bot.
Like, please put a feed ramp here. Oh God.
Yeah. Look at
oh
that.
Yeah. Look at those.
There's even a piece of there's a chunk of aluminum up there.
Yeah.
Scraping. Down.
You're not getting a feed ramp.
Stop asking. We have feed ramp at home. You haven't earned the feed ramp. What we were talking about earlier was putting the firing pin retaining pin like up here. Yeah. So that it's just retained by the yeah.
Just like an AK.
That's when you go away from AK, things go wrong. You go back to AK, things work better. Return to monkey.
Mikhail punishing us.
Return to Mickey. Return to Mickey.
But the core of it, the cam groove with this new lug freaking tapped in and welded in there, that's all working.
Yep.
Which is
straight boogered.
As usual, everything I thought was going to break didn't, and everything else broke.
That was really what we were testing with all of this, is the new cam groove and cam lug.
Yep.
So that's really, it's really nice.
All right, time for production.
Yeah. No further questions.
Let's maybe simmer down for that one. So there's 2 different ways that you could look at this. The first and most obvious one is that a lot of random shit just started breaking or falling off on the gun. You see, this gun has fired 83 rounds now, and this prototype was actually never supposed to go this long. So a lot of the stuff that we attached in there, the mag well block and things, were just silver soldered on. That was just temporary bubblegum stuff to make this gun function. And it did for, you know, a couple dozen rounds. But our attempts to get a full 10 rounds out of this thing kept being thwarted by random parts that were like totally non-important to actually like just the core parts of the gun working together. Just kept falling off or getting in the way, or just little minor fuck-ups. Is really kind of aggravating. But the second way you could look at this, which is the way that I'm going to look at it, is that the one piece, or rather the 2 pieces that we were actually testing this time around, the cam lug and the cam groove, worked fantastic. That was one of the biggest hang-ups in our testing of the V2, was the cam lug and the cam groove. And yes, our cam bump pin thing didn't quite work out the way we wanted, but even as is, just bare bones, the lug and groove, even though the machine shop even fucked up the dimensions a little bit and it wasn't getting the contact that it needed, the full surface contact, it still ran exactly the way it was supposed to. I consider that a win. So now I'm at a little bit of an impasse. On one hand, it's clear that this prototype may have exceeded its usefulness at this point. The whole point of this prototype was to be a cheap thing to just cobble together super quickly so we can learn important data. And we did. We learned so fucking much. This was absolutely worth it. The other thing is, I'm not sure if I'm finished with it yet, because I think there's still more that we can try and more that we can learn using the V2 as a test bed. Which leads me to my next big point. This is going to be the next thing I think we're going to try on the AK-50 project. That's going to be a huge change. Something you'd never even notice on the outside, but on the inside of the gun is absolutely critical. We're going to attempt helical lugs. The locking lugs, you know, again, just reiterating, is the triangle part of the bolt face where it goes into the front trunnion or the barrel extension, whatever gun you're talking about, and rotates and locks into place. It stops the gun from exploding. Very important. We currently have them as flat lugs, so when it goes in, it just cams and it's completely flat surface all the way around, contacting on flat surface, obviously lapped in so that there's equal surface contact. Now, helical lugs are interesting because they are a cut on the back of the locking lugs on both the bolt and the trunnion that the bolt kind of screws itself in, like there's a taper to it. It's angled, hence helical. It's a helix. It's super minor and a lot of people don't even notice it. In fact, the AKM bolt is helical. Like, you look at the back of this locking lug on the AKM and it looks straight. It's not. It's a slight angle. Because the way this has to work, when the bolt is going into battery, right? It has to keep going straight until it hits that bump and it starts to rotate. That's what we're going to try to emulate. We want to return to AKM in a certain sense and use that to start rotation. That way we're not fighting premature bolt rotation through the entire receiver thing. It's just going to make the gun run a lot smoother. In order to do that though, in order to have that bump there that begins your camming, you need helical lugs. The bolt has to hit that and have the space available to screw itself in. Theoretically, this should take a lot of stress off the gun. It should take some stress off of the cam lug, off of the cam groove. There'll be less friction of the bolt trying to prematurely rotate, especially when picking up a new round. When going through the receiver, it should help the life of the locking lugs. This should be an all-around improvement to the design. But it is a complicated one, and one that I think we could easily fuck up if we're not careful. Which is why I think we're going to give the V2 another shot with a new front trunnion and a new bolt in an attempt to use what we've learned from everything so far and incorporate helical lugs to see if we can figure out, see if we can make it work. I know I'm really excited to get to the new prototype, the V3, that's going to be just, it's going to be the pretty gun. You know, this gun was the gun you don't tell your friends about, but you call on a Thursday night if you're lonely. We learned a lot from it, but it is not a looker. So don't base any opinions on what the AK-50 is going to look like off of that thing. The V3 is going to be my attempt to kind of build a prettier gun and start focusing on things like, you know, aesthetics, dust cover, stock, you know, just different things that are kind of more finishing touches on the gun so that we can test it as a complete unit instead of just testing different parts at a time. Now that we've had it cycling, that was the big one, but now it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty. I don't feel comfortable committing the time and resources to doing that yet if I don't know we've got a lock, no pun intended, on the helical locking lugs. So we're finishing up the design on these parts right now as we speak, getting them machined, and then we're going to try to install them in the V2 again and give her one more shot. Correct a couple of things that were falling off, you know, make certain solutions a little bit more permanent, and really just give it another shot, see if we can make this run. But yeah, I think that is about everything. Hopefully this was fun for you to watch. I think it's really cool that we get to share the experience of basically building this gun together. I always thought that was kind of neat, and you know, we've stuck to it ever since. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like and a comment down below, helps us a lot in the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, man, what are you doing? Please hit that sub button and hit that notification icon so YouTube will actually let you know when we upload. I've got to get back to work, but as always guys, I appreciate it, and I'll see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks.
Fuel is my obsession to make the perfect weapon. Like Rasputin's rise to the top.
Get that hair out of the trigger group. Cool.
It's a hair trigger.
Boo. But in that video I talked about what we're doing to make sure that the... But in that video I talked about... Is this what we were just fucking talking about? Maybe it is Fayetteville. It's draining my fucking IQ.
Dude, that bug spray works pretty good, but one of them got me on the butt. You guys ever been to Disneyland in California and been on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride?
Can't say I ever have. Went to the one in Disney World.
Okay. Because the beginning part, you're in like Louisiana Bayou type thing.
Yeah.
A bunch of old houses and stuff. And that's what this reminds me of.
Fake audio animatronic shit. The
Yeah.
audio cues they have going on.
Yeah, but they go crazy. They have the smell and all that.
Oh yeah. No,
And
Disney goes, they go all out.
Humidity. Yeah.